to share? Benshika. Rock. Come. Yes. You want to share something about your hair?
Color.
His color has been there for months. Benshika. I'm very sure you use product, right? Any product that you use and why? Sorry? Huh? Lakme. What's that? Oh, that's why sorry, what is that for? Skin. Sunscreen. So why do you use this sunscreen? No, the thing is when you are doing marketing, you need to understand the product. Why is it good? Why and why not? Then you can convince, then you can come up with your marketing communication. If you don't even know why you are using it, how are you supposed to market it? Agree? Alright, so when business students like you have to understand the fundamental of marketing. What does marketing do? Give information. Yes, give information for what? So that customer have a better knowledge on the what? The product itself. And nowadays you realize a lot of people are talking, amplifying on what we call ingredient. Sometimes they will say paraben free. Sometimes they will say what? Non-sulfate formula. Sometimes they will say organic. They will use all sorts of words to what? Emphasize on what we call ingredient. Because why? All of us are getting more highly educated. And we are more conscious of what we use and eat for ourselves. Some of the product, they will state lactose free. And what does it mean? Sounds very impressive, then you will go and Google and you will find out. And these are the things that create value for the product. Because the more you know about the product, the more you are able to come up with a marketing communication sentence. That's impressive. And of course, it allows company to link their brand to people. A lot of brands in the past, they used to what? Use movie stars, singers to what? Endorse their product. Nowadays, I realize they like to use cartoon. A lot of cartoon are SpongeBob, Minecraft, all sorts. Hello Kitty. Contribute brand equality by establishing a brand in the memory and creating a brand image. Sometimes you may not need that product as at now. Like he said, not many people know about Rolex. But soon, as you progress in life, after a couple of years of work, when you gain a certain level of success, you may be looking at Rolex. Because it has always been in the back of the mind, that is a watch for the what? For the rich. Okay? Drive sales and affect shareholder value. Of course, when you invest in a company, you hope that the company makes a lot of money. When the company makes a lot of money, it means that you can take dividends. Therefore, marketing communication is also very important because it's going to drive sales. If people like what you tell them about the product, people buy. If I were to tell you Rado for old people, non-classic, what? No resale value, will you still buy? Therefore, marketing statement, marketing communication is very important. Of course, all products will definitely have the pros and cons. But then, you will have to evaluate for yourself. The pro has to be more than the cons. Next.
How firms attempt to inform, pressure, and remind consumers about the products and brands they sell.
Okay, looking at this picture, what is it trying to show? Heineken. Then, that's all? It's a brand. Okay, what else? Nothing about this guy? Adidas. Okay, what else? What is this guy? This action is what? Football. But should be success or failure? Success. He has won. Yes. And then this is also subtly telling you about sportsmanship. Sportsmanship. And when you look at Heineken, you look at Adidas, you look at success. What does it tell you in your mind? No. Sportsmanship, success, you can celebrate with Heineken. And what else? Adidas is the equation for success. Do they type the word here? No. But this is what they are trying to project. So the next time, when I think of celebration, and the lady come to me, oh, we have Tiger, Heineken, Carlsberg, blah, 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 Singer. Which beer do you want? So, which one will you order? Heineken. Success. Because there are many, many options, right? And this is how we do. Or people just ask you, what beer do you want to drink? And because you have no idea, right? You will remember this advertisement or this picture that you see at the back of the car. Heineken. And that's how people get sales. Okay? So, marketing communication makes involve quite a fair bit of everything. Huh? You, of course, you can do your advertisement, word of mouth. I'm very sure whenever you meet your friend, you talk, and then you will talk about something that you buy. I'm very sure he will tell his friend, see my watch, I bought it because I earned my first pot of gold. And the friend will like, what watch do you buy? See, Rolex. Then the friend will be, oh, so when I earn my first pot of gold, I'm going to buy a Rolex. Word of mouth. And never underestimate how friendship can influence each other. Because if human is away from class, my beloved twin brother will be away as well. For whatever reason, I don't know what, right? Apparently all your absentees are together. Even late coming together. Early coming together. Huh? If it's Mausha and who? Mirwana, same. Absent together, late together, early together. Huh? Okay, so never underestimate the power of friends. Of course, direct and interactive marketing. Nowadays, people will always have a game, right? You play, and then at a certain level, they'll tell you, oh, you need to top up your game card, $5, $10. Huh? Actually, it's marketing. They will just entice you to download the game to play. The first level is always free. Then you realize, if you want to upgrade to the second level, third level, oh, I have to buy money, yeah, for the ammunition or for the whatever spare parts, I don't know. Okay, sales force, people to people sell. A lot of time people buy because of someone that they like. Not because they really need the product. Of course, maybe you already want the product, but having a good salesperson to tell you, explain to you, initiate and give you very good customer service will propel you to buy. Of course, some product we talk about sales promotion, but usually for expensive product, branded product, there's no sales. Events and public relation publicity, sometimes when there's a product launch, they usually will have someone, maybe a DJ, a singer, an actress who will go on stage, have some, I don't know, games or lucky draw to what? To attract people to join. Who's next? John.
Marketing communication tools. Advertisement, sales promotion, events and experiences, public relations and publicity, online and social media marketing, mobile marketing, direct and database marketing, personal tools.
Okay, so there are many kinds. Earlier on we mentioned advertisement, promotion, events, public relation, online, social media marketing, mobile marketing, direct and database marketing, personal selling. Of all the communication mix, which one do you prefer? Helen, which one do you prefer? I'm asking Helen, not home. What is home answering for Helen?
Because he loved her.
Oh,
No. She's like, I need like.
Gì vậy trời? Gì vậy
What's
trời?
what's that? It's okay to love, huh? But make sure share some love with me. If not, I'll be a jealous auntie. Come. Which one do you prefer and why? Huh? Two. Two is what? What is two? Agenda, right? How about you? Dreaming, huh? Helen, dreaming in class will also warrant a warning letter. Which do you prefer? Sorry? Mobile marketing. What kind of mobile marketing do you receive? Do you receive mobile marketing? Like what? You need to understand exactly what they are, yeah? If not, you can't do, right? Like what? On Instagram, and then? Okay. Every time when you open your Facebook, the first thing that pop up is what? Advertisement. Right? Your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok, the first thing, that advertisement. Then you have to wait. YouTube as well. 4 seconds. Then you look. 4, 3, 2, 1. Skip. Huh? Okay? Direct and database marketing basically means they send you emails. Last time they used to send mails. Okay? And of course, downstairs sometimes I still see people giving out what? Brochure. Marketing flyers. How marketing communication works? How does it work?
How does marketing communication work? The communication process model, macro model of the communication process, micro model of the consumer response.
Okay, so what is macro? What is micro? Macro is the bigger process. Huh? Wherever you see this word macro, it basically means the wider scope. Micro, smaller scope. Okay, so what does it mean? Macro, you send to everyone. I don't care who you are, rich, poor, blind, deaf, students, retiree like me, youngsters, they don't care, they just mess. Micro, you will think, you will target. I will target my product for age between 35 to 45. I will target my product for what? Mummies, because the product is what? Related to children. I will target my books or my computer with what? Teenagers. Okay? Very, very focused. Because you are what? Customer oriented. Whereas macro, anything. Anything. Anybody. There's no specific target group. Okay? The macro model of the marketing communication, you have this message that you need to, for example, Titan. For example, Titan. Okay? So Titan wants to run an advertisement. Akash. Titan wants to do an advertisement. Message. So you are supposed to what? Create a marketing program called Titan that watch. What are you going to do? If you are the marketing person. Okay, advertisement. Huh? Oh, popular sportsman. Like who?
Depend on the area we are targeting in India.
What do you think? If you are the one to choose a popular sportsman, who will you choose?
If we target globally, then
Ronaldo? Ronaldo? Okay? Okay, so you come out with what? A message. Okay, and then your message will usually, when you send out that message, that marketing message, usually there will be feedback and there will be response. Agree? We will encode. Okay, and then the customer will decode what you're trying to say. Ronaldo. Why Ronaldo? Titan. Why? Why? Customer will ask, right? So what are you going to put inside the message?
Titan is strong,
Strong. What else?
durable,
Durable. And then what? Huh?
very rugged.
Very rugged. Ronaldo rugged? Is he rugged? How? Okay. So he's going to what? Present that message of Titan watches to the receiver, who is the customers. Alright? And then the customer will also give some feedback, I guess. Like, dislike, design. Some people doesn't like rugged watch. They like very classy, very gentleman watch. But some guys like really rugged watch, really huge. Okay? And then of course you give the feedback back to the sender and then they will encode again. You realize sometimes when they do marketing or advertisement, there are series. Hopefully the customers like the advertisement so much they will follow through. Season 1, season 2, and then season 3.
The macro model. The macro model of the communication process has 9 key factors in effective communication. To represent the major parties, sender and receiver. To represent the major tools, message and media. For represent major communication function, encoding, decoding, response and feedback.
Okay? So the two major parties that all marketing communication want to connect is the sender and the recipient. Okay? And of course there must be a message. I cannot be just looking at you and expect you to know what is in my heart, in my brain, right? I need to communicate. Communicate maybe, this is a nice handphone, right? I got it for free. Now I'm going to sell it to you for $50. Do you want the deal? Do you want the deal? I'm communicating, right? And the message is $50 free for me. And then what else? Good phone. He will have to denote, right? After he received the message, I've encoded the message. His job is to decode. Is man really going to sell me at $50? Is $50 worth? Right? You will decode, right? And then you will also ask yourself, will I have $50? Will this handphone last? You will ask yourself questions after receiving all the message. And this is what it means. And then you encode, decode, and then you respond and feedback. What is your response? Buy or don't buy? Huh?
Bye.
Buy? Buy? He doesn't care. Doesn't care. I'm selling away your phone. $50. I have a buyer. I have already negotiated. See, you're not even listening to my lesson. I've marketed your product, right? I have a product. I've sent out marketing messages. What was my marketing message? Huh? Come again? Phone selling. Then, how much? 50. What else did I tell him? Huh? No, I never. I just showed him. Huh? He loved it. I don't know. He didn't tell me. What else? No, I told him it's free for me. So I'm selling at $50. Am I right? Later you have to buy back from him. I don't know how much. If I'm you, I won't even go up like that. $100.
He's being also bidding.
Don't be. Hit high and then you negotiate. That's the way to do business.
The macro model of communication process has 9 key factors in effective communication. The last element
Yeah.
of the system
Yeah? Loud.
noise, random and conflicting message that may interfere with the intended communication. Senders must know what audience they want to reach and what response they want to get. They must encode their messages so the target audience can record them. They must transmit the message through media that reach the target audience and develop feedback channels to monitor the responses. The more the senders field of experience overlaps that receive, the more effective the message is likely to be.
May I know what is noise in this class? Noise is what? Random competing message that will interfere with the intended communication. So taking this class for example, what do you think is the noise? There's no noise in this class, are you sure? Huh? My voice is a noise. My voice, for your information, is the intended communication. What else is a noise? Anything that interferes with me. Good one. Who else? He's not the only one. Who else? Playing with handphone. Akash. Who else?
Chloe.
Chloe. Sleeping. Cuban. Sleeping. Maywan. Sleeping. These are the ones who interfere my intended message, right? Competing, right? Next time I will not call your name, I will call you noises. Now that we have learned marketing communication, you are the noises in my class. And what should I do to the noises? Counselor? Huh?
Just forgive them.
Forgive them. Sorry.
You too, Mani, but
I will use the word eliminate. Right? Eliminate. I want to have the physics of Titan. You know what does Titan do? Go and destroy, right? So if you do not want to be destroyed by me, Harpreet, okay? So the sender must know what audience wants to reach and what responses they want to get. Okay, so it's very important that you need to customize your message in such a way that your recipient know what you are talking about and they are interested. Apparently you are not very interested in my marketing class, right? Apparently you are not very interested in my marketing class, right? You're interested? I've never seen anybody who is interested playing with their skin, playing with their handphone. Allergy. Allergic to me? Really allergy happening? Not because you're allergic to me? Sure? Sure? That's why every time you come to class you're allergic. When you're out of my class you're okay. Okay? So you sender, as initiator of the communication message, you must understand what your customer wants. And then you must encode your message so that your audience can understand, decode them. And of course, you must transmit the message through a media, be it online, be it written brochure, be it, well, over the radio, over the TV. And you hope to reach out to the audience and receive feedback. Very important, we always need to receive feedback. Do you like my advertisement? Do you like my product? Do you understand the use after seeing my advertisement? And of course, the more the sender's experience overlap with the receiver, the more effectively the message will be communicated. Therefore, you realize when people look for marketeers, they always want to look for someone who's experienced. Because an experienced marketer will be able to what? Understand the customer better. Handphone on my table. Thank you. I think today I need to issue more than 10 warnings.
Micro model of consumer responses with an ideal and campaign. The right consumer is exposed to the message at the right place and time. The ad causes the consumer to pay attention. The ad reflects consumer level of understanding of brand. The ad positions point of difference and point of party. The ad motivates consumer to consider purchase. The ad creates strong brand association.
Okay, so there are some responses that we hope to get after we launch our marketing campaign. One, we are targeting at the right customer, at the right place, at the right time with the right product, hopefully. Okay, and it must capture the attention of the customers. If the customer is not interested in the advertisement, there's no way they will buy the product. Okay, moving on, after the customer has viewed your advertisement, do they understand what you're trying to say? Sometimes after you look at the advertisement, you have no idea exactly what the advertisement is talking about. It also supposed to give you a different point of difference or points of parity. It's a comparison. And of course, this ad must make you feel good to buy the product, or at least think of the product, and with strong brand association. How do you think we will always think about Coca-Cola when we are tired and hot? Why? Why? Huh? Energy, okay, caffeine, sugar.
Refreshment.
Sorry?
Refreshment.
Refreshing, what else? You realize a lot of time when we are tired or when we are hot, we always look for Coke or 100 plus. I realize students either drink this, two drink. 100 plus, Coke. Right? Because what? 100 plus supposed to what? Give you energy. And that's what the advertisements say. I'm not sure because I think it has got high sugar. Probably the fact that it has got high sugar, it kind of gives you knowledge. The major steps in coming up with an effective communication. First, you must know who you are targeting your advertisement at. For example, detergent, floor cleaner. Who will you target? Who will you target at? Housewife, because housewife will buy what? Detergent, floor cleaner, toilet cleaner, huh? Housewife. You must determine the objective. The objective is to what? Of course, first will be sales. Second will be what? You must give the objective alignment to the consumer. If it's a household item, objective will be what? Cleaner, healthier, non-chemical based. These will be the things that the household will be looking at, right? And then you talk about your design. Is it sleek? Is the color attractive? Is the bottle easy to hold? Because it's a household item, right? If every time I hold it slip through my hand, it's dangerous. Okay, and then you decide, you select the channel. Do you want to go on radio, TV, social media, e-marketing, direct marketing? You need to talk about your budget. How much money do you have to spend on your marketing? And then you decide on the media mix. How many channels do you want to use? You measure the result after you have launched the marketing, and then you manage that image. Okay? Next.
Identify the target audience. The process must start with a clear target audience in mind, potential buyer of the company's product, current user deciders, or influencers, as well as individual groups, particular publics, or the general public. The target audience is a critical influence on the communicator decisions about what to say, how, when, where, and to whom. The target audience is a critical influence on the communicators decisions about what to say, how, when, where, and to whom.
Sorry, this is a repeat.
Ah.
I think they copy paste. Okay. So identify the target audience is a time where you need to understand the product that you have. Who is it made for? Huh? Rolex, made for young, successful young men like him. Rado, more mature personality. Titan, sporty, strong, athletics. What else? Seiko. Seiko is a very what? Sentimental. You look at their advertisement, always very soft, gentle. It's a boy, girl, or a young man wearing suit, wearing Seiko. So it depends on your target audience, where, when, and whom you are trying to sell your product to. So it's a very critical inference, because you need to identify through your advertisement what to say, which is the content, how to say it. You need to construct it, when, where, and to whom. Some advertisement tells you a lot of stories. Later I'm going to show you an advertisement that is from Thailand. I tell you that advertisement resonates with me for years. It's not a new advertisement. You may not understand the language they say. I don't understand Thai as well. But I'm going to show you the whole series of Thai advertisement and what do they advocate. Later I'll show you on the YouTube after your tea break. You can go for your tea break and please come back at 9:30.
At
Okay?
11.
Huh?
At 11.
Sorry?
What
Tea
is
break.
that term?
For who?
Tea break at 11.
You want to have a warning letter? I don't even need to give you tea break. Can you switch on the light?
Bye.